Hello guys and welcome to The Internet Bread, a show where we discuss entrepreneurship, how to make money online, digital marketing, tips and tutorials, SEO and more. This is the episode 3 of our 101 Ways to Make Money Online series, wherein we talk about one new business model in each episode. And today's topic is how to make money selling domain names. Okay, so the idea is quite simple actually. You just have to buy domain names at a low price or at a regular price and then sell them for a premium. But this particular model is not as easy as it sounds. Okay, so there's a lot of time and effort that's going to go into it. If you're starting from scratch, even if you're an experienced person, it is still going to it has a bit of learning curve to make profits out of this particular one. But anyway, this is a great business model. It for those who it works like wonders, and also there's a high possibility that you may end up losing a lot of money in this. So in this particular episode we're going to talk about questions like what kind of domains should you buy, is there any strategy that you need to pick, or should you buy bulk domains, or how do you price it once you have found a great domain name, or the most important question, who is going to buy, how do you sell these domains to the people who are willing to pay your price, right? So basically let's get started with what domains to buy. That's the biggest question, and this is probably the most important question out of the lot. So there are like 3 strategies that I would personally use. I have by the way, fair disclaimer that I have done domaining once and I did not take it very seriously, but I have fair bit of experience with it because I used to sell a lot of websites. Back in the day, it was like one of my full-time businesses that I used to make websites and then sell them. So it was a quick churn and burn scheme that I was running. I used to make technology websites and then just sell them on this website called flippa.com. So I have my fair share of experience with selling domain names, although I used to sell websites, not domain names as such. But I've had a couple of listings go through as well. So the first method is you have to select a particular category and stick to it. Okay, what I mean by this is let's say you want to become a domain seller in the health niche, so you will be only picking domains which are related to health and fitness. Okay, there are multiple benefits to it, but majorly what will happen is you'll grow a network or build a database of customers, potential customers, contacts in this particular niche. And if you have multiple things to offer within one particular niche, the buyer is going to have multiple things to go through, and the chances of making a purchase becomes high. All right, so that's why you have to always select a niche. So basically, like, networking is one reason, and another reason would be it helps you find good names. Okay, so basically your research is going to be surrounded, it will be tied to this one particular industry. So you're not doing fitness at once and then you're hopping into the baby niche, and then it'll all be haywire. Just to keep it simple for yourself and to be really good at this, you need to stick to a niche. Okay, now next step is to find, there are 2 type of words that have a lot of value. One is a generic word. Okay, so generic words are the words which you use in a regular conversation, and basically these are the words that nobody owns. Okay, nobody can create a brand. Now you cannot create a brand called car, right? I mean, you can if you had to, but car is just the defining word, right? It defines what a particular, it's a word, it's a term basically, right? So you have to go for generic terms, all right? And because generic terms are kind of a flex in this time, basically people want to own websites like car.com and all of those, but yeah, internet is pretty old and you're not going to find website domain names like car.com and such generic words. But what you can do instead is take a generic word and take a niche word, niche as in the category that you picked earlier, and combine them. All right, and that makes a great brandable name. Okay, so generic words, if you can find, then you have uncovered a gold mine. Okay, you have to spend a lot of time on websites. Like, there's a good website called instantdomainsearch.com. okay, here you just have to type your domain, don't even have to press enter, and this particular website shows you every single extension available for that particular name. All right, so you have to spend a lot of time in research. Okay, you have to look for, like, go through spreadsheets of generic words and topics. You have to go through dictionaries probably if you have to, for your research, if you're looking to buy generic word domains. But also remember that it'll be worth it. Okay, so if you manage to sell one generic word, it's going to be in multiple 4 figures or even 5 figures in dollars. All right, so generic words have a great value. But now coming back to the point is that you have to go category wise. Okay, category terms have a lot of value as well. So the second tip is select domain names that have a high hold value. Okay, so what do you mean by high hold value, right? So basically the terms that are not quite there yet, that are not quite popular right now, but you know that okay, in 3 years this is going to blow up. All right, so for industries like such, cryptocurrency would be a great example. The whole Bitcoin industry has basically blasted or boomed in the past 3 to 5 years, at least in the mainstream media. And a lot of websites popped up around the Bitcoin space, Coin Journal, Coin Telegraph, and all of these. So I myself am trying to start a Bitcoin blog, a cryptocurrency blog basically, for quite a while now, but I'm not finding a good domain name. So I'm speaking with a few brokers who are trying to get me the domains that I want. So yeah, there are always people who are willing to purchase domain names. Okay, so it's not ever going to be that you held on to this domain name and it wasted your money. But when I say this, take it with a pinch of salt, because you cannot buy random domain names. While you try to select your category, ask yourself this: how much money is there in this industry? Now, what I mean by this is finance, tons of money; cryptocurrency, there's tons of money. Then insurance. There is, like, you get the point, right? All the finance, health related. By the way, fitness is a great niche for domain names, and you should actually look into fitness domains. You can make some good money there. And yeah, this is kind of like similar to stock market. You hold on to domain names, and then one fine day you find a buyer, or like the value goes up for that particular domain, and then you sell it at a premium. Okay, and it can be as ridiculous as selling your domains for millions of dollars. So to give you a few examples, the highest, the most expensive domain name ever sold is carinsurance.com, and it's sold for a staggering $49.7 million. Okay, that's somewhere around 350 crores in Indian rupees for all the Indian viewers. And next was there's internet.com, which sold for $18 million. And fun fact, privatejet.com sold for the price that the owner could buy an actual private jet with the money that he received. Okay, so privatejet.com sold for $30 million. I wonder if he bought a private jet after selling that. But anyway, privatejet.com sold for $30 million. In recent times, by the way, these sales, all these 3 domain names are from 2010. Like, the sale happened somewhere around between 2007 to 10. So obviously these domains are old. But more recently, in 2019, California.com sold for $3 million. Okay, and links.com sold for $800,000. So the bottom line is, you have to look for either generic domains, generic words basically, or you have to go category wise. Okay, you have to pick a category, find out synonyms and related words in that category, and try to find good domains around that. Or else you can pick a niche that is currently growing. So a great one would be AI and machine learning. Okay, so if you have any idea about it, the common words and phrases that are used in that particular field, that's something, by the way, that I'm trying to learn, actively learning in fact. So in AI and machine learning, there are a lot of technical words that a lot of people would not be familiar with. And if you can identify these words, and you can find out that if this particular name is taken or not, a combination of few names or one particular name, you can make a lot of money, because in future AI and machine learning industry is going to explode, like the whole cryptocurrency thing did. Another interesting way to make money out of domain names is that, by the way, I just want to put it out there, .com is not the end of the world. Okay, people only want to buy .com. That's not the notion anymore. People are looking at multiple TLDs. By the way, TLD is a top level domain. Okay, so people are looking at multiple extensions. Okay, .com is not the king anymore, and actually .com is like, it's the most preferred. The general consensus relates with .com, anything .com, right? Yeah. So but there are a lot of companies that are not looking at .com at all. Okay, so don't look at .com, look at other names. There are tons and tons of new extensions popping up every month probably at this point. And so what basically happened in the past was there were only 22 top level domains, okay, which is a TLD. Basically I'm referring to the extension XYZ dot whatever, okay, that's called a TLD, the XYZ dot. Okay, so there were only 22 of those, .com, .net, .in and more. And yeah, so there were only 22 of those TLDs for use. And so the ICANN organization, which is the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, so this is basically the board that regulates the whole domain and internet industry. So ICANN decided that the supply of ideal TLDs is like becoming scarce. People are more and more people are coming in and registering domain names, and the world was kind of running out of domain names. Okay, so it's also very difficult right now. But yeah, so they just decided that we are opening doors to getting in new TLDs. And now we are around somewhere 300 to 400 TLDs are available for you guys to register. And it has words like .academy, .agency, .band, .club, .exposed, .fyi, .onl, .red, .social, .business, .shopping. There are tons and tons, literally, like .air force, .army, so XYZ .army. So yeah, yeah, .casino. There are so many, literally so many domains, TLDs available from various industries. So an example would be just go to this website, Instant Domain Search, and here you will find multiple categories of TLDs. Okay, so if you're if you're in the health category, then you will see .clinic, .dental, .dentist, .doctor. Okay, so basically take your category. For this example, I'll take the word healthy. Okay, so I can combine healthy can be food, or healthy can be a clinic or something, right? So if I try to purchase the domain name healthy.bar, healthy beer, okay, healthy.cafe, healthy.club, healthy.coffee, healthy.wine, or I choose healthy.clinic. So you get the point, right? These domain names that I just spoke out, these make a lot of sense, and these can become brand names, right? So a very big startup has really nailed down the whole TLD game. So you must have heard about Cult, okay, which is a fitness startup from India. So Cult has domain names like cult.fit, okay, and that's their website. Okay, it's not cultfit.com, okay, it's cult.fit, mind.fit, and all those different things that they the different services that they provide. So yeah, these are the kind of domain names that you have to pick. Now there are a lot of other things that we need to talk about. Now that you guys know what are the kind of domain names work, or what are the kind of domain names that have a value, but by the way, don't just take my word, also do your research, because your money is involved in it. Okay, so if you end up buying a bad domain name, you may end up losing it. Okay, you may end up losing your investment on this. So, and also you need a lot of research skills for this, you need negotiating skills for this, and you also need networking skills. All right, I'll get to it. Why do we need networking skills and stuff for this particular job? But now let me tell you a few tips about what kind of domains to buy. So keep it short. All right, so as low, like you have to keep your character limit as short as possible. So if you can register something with 3 characters, okay, abc.com or .desi or .fit or .clinic, anything, the 3 characters, 4 characters, 5 characters, 6 characters, these domain names have a lot of value. Okay, the shorter the domain name, one character or one character though is non-existent at this point, but 2-character domain names still exist. Okay, you just have to do your research to find it. And 2-character domain names, it can be anything. It can be your initials, or it can be anyone's initials, ay.com or ay.clinic, anything, literally anything. You just have to find it, all right, and make something brandable out of it. Just find a name that looks brandable and you're good to go. Keep it as short as possible. Shorter domain names fetch fetch higher numbers, all right. Next is go for TLDs. Basically, I just taught you that you have to look beyond .com, .in, .net and all of those extensions, and go for take advantage of TLDs that are available. Because if you don't, another domainer who is aware of this fact and believes in this will do. Next is what to do once you have acquired a domain. So by the way, how to buy these domain names. So just once you have picked what you want to buy and it's available, just go to GoDaddy or any other domain provider. By the way, I would highly recommend going with GoDaddy, or else the alternative would be Bluehost. Okay, the initial amount is going to be too less. It's going to be like $10 or 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, 5,000 at the most. But you're not going to pay more than 5,000 rupees for buying a particular domain name. Another tip that a lot of people don't do is that once you have found the gem, okay, the best domain name that you have ever acquired, do what you know. Don't just leave it blank. You don't have to host it or something, but GoDaddy or these websites give you a free site builder. Just take any site builder or install WordPress or do whatever. Host it even in HTML if you can. All I want you to do is put a message on the website that this particular domain name is available for sale. Contact, and then just leave your email ID. Okay, because a lot of times I see that when I'm hunting for domain names for my brands or businesses, I like a name and then I just go and check, this name is taken, so is there a competitor? And then I just find out that the website is blank, there's nothing. So I don't even know if this person has plans to build this brand, or is this person hoarding the domain name so that he can sell it to me or someone. So there's a mistake that a lot of domainers do. They do not host their website, or they do not put a message out on their website. So let people know that you have acquired this domain name for selling. You want money in exchange of it. Because a lot of people don't do this, and that I think is crazy. If I would hold a portfolio of domain names, then I would always host it on WordPress and leave a message that put in your email ID if you're interested. I'll leave a contact form if it were me, but you can do as little as leaving your email ID and a message that this domain name is available for sale. Okay, so now another thing that's very important for us to talk about is renewals. Okay, let's say for some reason you're not able to sell this particular. Okay, by the way, you don't have to sell domain names quickly. The more you hold on to it, the better price you will get. All right, this is also like the whole stock market thing, right? You hold on to a stock and the price goes up. Okay, so let's say you want to hold on to a domain name for 3 years. So you will have to continue renewing the domain for those 3 years. You'll have to keep paying for every single year, right? So renewals are very important, and a lot of people who are not going to take this seriously are going to end up losing a lot of money. So I'll tell you my story. I currently handle around 65 domain names, which are my personal. Okay, these are my own entities, and yeah, so I have 65 domain names for myself. But apart from it, with my clients, I currently manage around 350 to 400 domains. Okay, so it is all haywire. At the end of the year, when these domain names come to expire, it burns a hole in my pocket. All right, so it is very important for you to in your notes app or in your reminders app, put a reminder for 2 days or 2 weeks before the domain name is going to expire. As soon as you purchase the domain name, put a reminder in your notes app or a reminders app that I have to renew this domain in 2021 in June or something. Whenever the domain is going to expire, just make sure that you put a reminder that before 2 days or before 1 week you are notified that this particular domain name is going to expire. All right, because if you don't do so and you forget about this, or if you're doing this at a scale, if you are managing around 100 domains, you will always end up losing 1 or 2 domain names, which will vanish out of your account because the buyback period has also gone, and now somebody else has registered it. So you'd never want that to happen. Your investment will just be worthless. You bought that domain for nothing and now someone else owns it. So make sure that you set reminders for your renewals and you take them seriously, or you have auto renew on and your credit card is updated with the provider that you're buying from. All right, so make sure that GoDaddy has your correct card details and they can process an auto renewal order. All right, and what I have done in the past, this mistake, that I used to forget to renew my domain names, and then my domains are always hosted. I don't hoard domains. I basically make websites around them and later on sell them or make money out of them. So I used to be notified that one of my websites is down. I find out that my website has expired, my domain name has expired. Then 10 days have already passed and I wasn't knowing about this. So what these hosting domain providers do is that they charge you a redemption fee. Okay, on GoDaddy it is around $80 depending on how many days they have held your domain name. Okay, so but it starts at $80 and I had to pay $80 for websites that didn't even fetch me a penny, which were just experiments, but I didn't just want to let them go. I wanted to further experiment with those websites. So redemption fee renewals are very important. You have to take care of these things. All right, now, but you have you have your domain names, you learned how to pick domain names, you are checking all the boxes so far, but now how to sell? Now that you've purchased these domain names, how do you sell them? All right, so this is also very important. So basically, once you have purchased good domain names, once you have gone through the whole research process, you understand it, now you have some brandable domain names that you think people can potentially buy. What you do is you go to this website called Sedo.com, which is the most popular one in the game. All right, Sedo.com is the website where you can sign up as a seller and you can list all the domain holdings that you have, and then you can start an auction on your domain name where people can start bidding, and they can either buy it right away, depends on the kind of listing that you make. But yeah, on Sedo.com you can easily sell domains. Sedo.com is the place where people from all around the world come to buy and sell domain names. All right, so there are a lot of buyers on Sedo.com, but there are also a lot of sellers, so you will have a fair bit of competition, but there are also a lot of buyers, and Sedo.com is one. The next one would be Flippa. Flippa is actually the best, in my opinion, would be the best place for you to buy or sell domain names. I generally don't prefer Sedo.com as such because I'm much more experienced. Probably I am biased towards Flippa, but yeah, Flippa is a great website to buy and sell online entities. So you can not only sell domain names on Flippa, but you can also sell websites and apps, or so basically you can sell anything on Flippa which is making money and is an online business, right? So go to Flippa and list out your domain name. Flippa will basically charge you somewhere around $45 or something, where these guys try to promote your domain name, get it in front of more buyers. They'll send it out in the newsletter, and there's multiple things that they'll do for you given that $45. But yeah, you can also keep your domain for a free listing, where basically it just depends on your luck if somebody comes across that domain name and wants to purchase it. So I always recommend buying these packages that these websites sell. Sedo.com also does sell a package where they try to promote your listing. Next one would be snapnames.com, namejet.com, and you'll find more of such marketplaces online where you can sell domain names. All right, so we have so basically that's how you sell domain names. These are the marketplaces. Another way, by the way, to sell domain names would be to contact direct buyers. All right, so let's say if I had the website justdoit.com. all right, just do it, as you guys know, is the Nike slogan, and Nike is my favorite company. I'll pitch to them that hey, I have the website justdoit.com, and would you like to purchase it from me? And this is just an example, but you get the point. If something strongly relates with the brand, or is By the way, make sure that you don't buy branded domain names. All right, you cannot have Nike in your domain name, or you cannot have you cannot have McDonald's, or you cannot have Burger King in your domain name, because some names are trademarked, and these trademark names, so basically, like, if you have the website buynike.com, all right, and you are trying to sell it to someone, so Nike may actually send you a lawsuit that you are using our trademark, and now you're supposed to either leave this domain, like just give up on this, or pay us XYZ amount. So you don't want to get into that legal hassle, so make sure that you do not pick brand names. Okay, so yeah, just make sure of that. So now let's talk about the terminology behind these domain names. As you do your research, you'll come across these 2-3 buzzwords that'll leave you wondering, okay, what's this? So the main one is like TLD. So TLD is a top level domain. So TLD is just the whole domain name and extension. It's called a TLD, all right. And now there's something called as a CCTLD. So CCTLD is a country code top level domain. All right. So country code top level domain is something like .in, then .au. So .in is for India, .au for Australia, .ae for Arab Emirates, .us for United States, .uk, and all of those things. All right. So there are certain domain names which are for specific for a country. All right. And by the way, you cannot buy .us if you're an Indian resident. You need a US address. I'm sure this is the case with most other CCTLDs, so do your research there as well. Next is GTLD, which is a generic top level domain name. Basically the .com, .net, .biz, .info, all of these extensions classify as GTLD. All right, so these are the terms that you have to really be familiar with. And also, yeah, an interesting thing would be to make words out of domain name and extensions. So to give you an example, if you were to buy BITCO, okay, so the name is Bitco, but you choose the extension .in, okay, so it makes the word Bitcoin. So this also makes for a premium domain. All right, so you can be really creative with these extensions and TLDs, and you can make good money if you do such activities. All right, so we've spoken about pretty much everything now, and yeah, that's about it. You have to be really like, research matters a lot here, and experience also. Research and experience are the two main like key factors for this particular thing. Also, be a part of a lot of domaining groups on Facebook. Once you do, you will get more guidance and more research. Basically, you'll get a lot more tips and tricks on how to do these things. So yeah, all I'm trying to say is that research matters a lot, because this is some area where you're going to be putting your money. This requires an investment, unlike the other episodes that we discussed. This particular thing requires you to invest in money upfront, regardless if you succeed at this or not. So make sure you do your research properly. And that was pretty much it about how to make money selling domain names. This is a legit business model. You can make big money out of this. I know people on Facebook who are my friends, who keep posting things like sold this XYZ domain for 20 lakhs, sold this domain for $10,000, sold this domain for 3 lakhs. And yeah, that's the kind of numbers that you're going to be seeing if you do. So basically, like, there is too much effort into it, but also the reward is higher. So this is a great business model. I personally wouldn't do it, because I have better things to do with my time, which fetch me even more money than doing these things. So it depends on you. But yeah, if you're a beginner who is trying their hands on internet marketing, basically you should definitely try domaining, because this is like a one-time thing. You just have to hold on to domain names. Who knows, maybe 3 years later, the domain that you've been holding 3 years later, you are selling it for a very premium price. So that was pretty much it for this particular episode. Remember to go to baclinc.com/domains, BACLINC.com/domains, DOMAINS. This is where you will find a blog post about whatever we discussed today here, and also the relevant links and discount codes and coupons for purchasing domains and links of websites like Zero.com, snapnames.com, flippa.com. So yeah, make sure to check out our website. There are a lot other business models that you'll find there. Also, make sure to subscribe to the podcast. This is the episode 4. I'm going to do this for another 100 days consistently. So make sure to subscribe, support the channel, subscribe to the podcast, share it with your friends, and also if you try some of these things, let us know, because that'll make us really happy if you start your online journey learning something from us. And that's the whole point of doing this. So subscribe, support the channel, and see you guys in the next one.